Good afternoon, everybody. Salutations, East, West, North, South, worldwide, and welcome to the premiere episode of Locked On Sports in the CLE 216 with your host, your man right here, Keith Allen. We're going to talk about sports in the CLE. Right now, we coming on early in the afternoon. I think more than likely, I'm going to have the show coming on weekly at midnight, Fridays at midnight, going into Saturday morning, do something a little different, trailblaze something a little different, have a little late night sports talk show. First of all, one thing I would definitely like to say is, how y'all feeling out there during the holiday weekend, Labor Day, last of summer, before the weather starts changing? How y'all feeling out there? But anyway, I want to say first off, welcome to the land, Donovan Mitchell. Yes, Donovan Mitchell, who was traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers a couple days ago for Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, and Ochai Achabai, the rookie from Kansas. And they exchanged first-round picks. They swapped first-round picks, and the Cavs gave them 3 first-round picks. Cavs made a move. They realized they wasn't good enough to compete in the Eastern Conference. So they made a move to make themselves valuable in the East. And I like the trade. And plus, there's things going on that now teams can't just double Darius Garland and force the ball out of his hands, or when Darius Garland sits out and takes a rest, that the offense goes stagnant. Especially now with you have him, Spidey Mitchell, with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. And I think more than likely they're going to start Isaac Okoro at the 3 for defensive purposes. It's going to be exciting times this year for the Cavs. Even though I still have the Cavs coming in 5th in the Eastern Conference. I had them coming in 5th. And Donovan Mitchell signed for the next 4 seasons. So, hey. But I will say this to the Cavs. Don't get comfortable. Make things happen. And I got to give Kobe Altman his respect. So far, so good. He done put this team together. He got the Jared Allen trade 2 years ago. Then he picked up Karis LeVert. Now he has Donovan Spidey Mitchell. Got a lot to look forward to this basketball season. Most definitely this basketball season. We got a lot to look forward to. Also, tonight, O State going against Notre Dame. Number 2 versus number 5 in the rankings. But Ohio State a 17-point favorite. That's a little large for me, honestly. That's a little large for me. But I still think OSU is going to pull it off. I think they're going to win by a score something like 35-24, something in that range. And I think it's going to be real close in the first half. Then OSU going to make some adjustments in the second half and pull away. But I expect OSU to pick up the victory, and I expect Ohio State to definitely do big things this college football season. I definitely expect that. Which I also think about UCLA and USC being added into the Big Ten. That's going to be exciting. And now that the College Football Playoff Committee, the playoffs are going to be expanded to 12 teams from the original 4. And that can start early as 2024. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. Now, it's probably going to be maybe 2 or 3 super conferences by then. But stay tuned. We'll see what happens. And let me ask y'all something real quick. Who do y'all think the Big Ten is going to try to add to the conference since now the Big Ten stands at 14 schools. You already got UCLA and USC. I think they're going to try to get Oregon. And I also think they're going to try to get Notre Dame. And I think a surprise one, I think they're going to try to get Miami of Florida. Then the Big Ten will have the whole nation just about covered. East, West, North, South. And they'll be really the super conference. Because, in the SEC, you got Alabama, LSU, and Auburn, some years, Auburn. And it's another school. You got Florida, and you got Georgia. But in the Big Ten, football-wise, you got Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, USC, Michigan State, man, Iowa. And just imagine, and the possibility is endless. Basketball, too, where you got UCLA, USC, Michigan, Purdue, Indiana, Iowa, all the schools that's definitely housing in hoop. Big Ten going to be ultra competitive in the coming years. Anyway, also, we're going to go to another thing as far as the Browns. The Browns season starts next week against Old Flame Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers at 1 o'clock in Carolina. I was playing the scheduled game last night with my fellas on the Hood Point last night, if any of y'all seen the broadcast. And I had the Browns through the first 11 games without Deshaun Watson going 5-6. I hope I'm wrong. I sincerely hope I'm wrong. But I had them going 5-6. Had them going 5-6. I think the first game against Carolina will be a win. It'll be close, but it'll be a win. Then I think the second game is against the New York Jets at home. We better not let Joe Flacco and them come in here and beat us. I know something wrong if that's the case. Think that's a win. Pittsburgh, to me, honestly, that game can go either way, but I expect the Browns to pull it off. The trap game that I see in the first 4 is the Atlanta game. Because if the Browns come off a victory against Pittsburgh and they'll be off for 10 days, there might be a little gunshot that Sunday. So I took Atlanta game as a loss. And then the next week after that, we got the Los Angeles Chargers in week 4. I don't think that we will be explosive enough to score with the Chargers. Hopefully our defense can keep us in it, and hopefully they can bog the Chargers down, honestly. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I got that as a loss, which through, 5 games, that got us at 3-2. Then you got New England. New England, some reason, Bill Belichick got the whammy on quarterbacks. And also, Brissett played for Belichick before, so Belichick probably know all his weaknesses, basically. And also, we got to see, really, if Kevin Stefanski can scheme the game in order for us to win, because all good coaches can at least get you 2 more victories than you're supposed to. Think about it. Pittsburgh with Mike Tomlin, the year when Ben went out for the season, he somehow willed that team to 8 wins. Where probably that team should have only won 6, if not maybe 5. So we'll see with Stefanski, especially against New England, because I think that's going to be like a ugly game. But I got New England coming out on top, which will put us at 3-3. And then week 7, we got the Ravens in Baltimore. And for some reason, Lamar Jackson got our number. For real, for real. Anybody could throw 4 interceptions on us last year, 4 interceptions to us last year, and they still come out on top, win 16-10. Then the year before that, he came out came out the locker room last minute and pulled it off. Lamar, some reason, has our number, so I expect that to be a loss, and the Browns will be 3-4. But I do expect the Browns to come back on Halloween night against the Cincinnati Bengals and pull it together. And where they record through the first 8 will be 4-4. Through the first 8, then you had the bye week. And then let's see, week 10, we have, I'm trying to think who we got week 10. Week 10. Wait a minute. Let me go here, look on my phone with the schedule. Week 10, who we got? Who we got week 10? Let's see, week 10. Go on the Browns app. Go to schedule game. Week 10. Week 10. Come on up for me. Week 10. Week 10. I think it's against the Miami Dolphins. Against Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill and company. I think it's against the Miami Dolphins. And that game, I think the Browns can pull it out down in Miami. It'll be a close game, of course, but I think they definitely can pull it out against Miami. So that would bring the Browns to 5-4. And of course, week 11 is Buffalo, which that's going to be a tough game because Josh Allen is out of this world. Out of this world. And we're in Buffalo. And I expect the Browns not to win that game. So we got us 5-5. After the end of week 11, we're 5-5. Then week 12, we come back home to Tampa Bay. And we go against Tom Brady and company. Think the game will be close, but I think Tampa might pull it out at the end. And we'll be 5-6. But hopefully I'm wrong. But I think we'll be 5-6 by the time Deshaun gets back. And Deshaun won't be overnight because he hasn't really played football in almost 2 years. But by the time Deshaun gets back, I expect us to be 5-6. Hopefully I'm wrong, maybe 6-5. I will hope for 6-5 or 7-4. Shit, hell, I'll hope for 11-0 to be real, but being realistically, I think we'll be 5-6 by the time Deshaun gets back. And then that's the all comeback game against Houston, which I think the Browns will pull that out and we'll get to 6-6. And then after Houston, I think we go to Cincinnati, and Cincinnati is, I think that's going to be a tough game, and we'll go to 6-7. But I honestly expect the Browns to run off the last 4 against Baltimore, New Orleans, Washington, and Pittsburgh, which brings me to the Browns' final record. I'm predicting to be 10-7. It may be enough to make the playoffs in the AFC, and it may not. Just being real. May be enough, or it may not. But I think they're going to be full steam ahead rolling after the Cincinnati game, the second Cincinnati game. I think they're going to be full steam ahead. Granted, no major injuries. Everybody stays healthy. And for the first 11 weeks. Just play, like Kevin Stefanski say, they're going to play complementary football. But I'm also going to have complementary coaching out of Stefanski and defensive coordinator Joe Woods. Because Stefanski is on the clock. He might have bought him some time with the Deshaun Watson suspension, but now all eyes are on him and Joe Woods this season going forward, and especially when Deshaun gets back. Anyway, moving on to baseball, the Guardians done lost 3 straight. Lost yesterday to Seattle 6-1. 1 run in the last 3 games. Not going to beat too many people when you can't score no runs. No one. You ain't going to beat nobody when you can't score no runs. And Seattle ain't really a high run scoring team, matter of fact. Then on top of that, the Guardians lost 2 pitchers. Zach Plesac is on the 15-day IL and Aaron Savali on the 15-day IL. So we're going to be scrapping for a little bit. Hopefully, I think they got the kid Curry pitching tonight. Hopefully he can give us something, give us 5 or 6 innings. Hopefully we can be ahead where he can get into the bullpen and let Clase close it out at the end in the 9th. But so far this season, I've liked what I've seen of the Guardians so far. Nobody expected the Guardians to be, I don't know if they're in first place right now. I think they might be tied first place or they might be in second place. Let me go here and check real quick. I'm tied for second or in first, but so far so good this season. Because this year, the Guardians are playing with house money. This year. Uh-oh. They messed up. Uh-oh. Let's see where the Guardians at in the standings. Oh, we're still in first place. Still in first place, a game ahead of Minnesota. Whoever thought they'd be in first place this season in September, and especially when they done had 15 rookies play. 15. Not 1, but 2, but 15. And this is supposed to have been really a developmental year for the Guardians. Front part of the rotation is solid with McKenzie, Bieber, and Control. Even though McKenzie and Control and Bieber both had a propensity to give up the long ball things, but the front of the rotation is solid. Spots 4 and 5 are very shaky. Very shaky right now. Very shaky. The bullpen on the back end, pretty tough. Pretty tough in the back end, especially with Clase. He done became literally the best closer in the major leagues right now. He's lights out. And he's really been lights out since the All-Star game when he came and struck out the side. In that game, he has been lights out. But I think next year was supposed to be the year that you really expected big things from the Guardians. Shout out to manager Terry Francona. Then exceeded all expectations, no matter to me what happens the rest of the way. And we're in September. So, hey, shouts out to Jose Ramirez. He took a discount, re-signed. Is staying with the club for a while. And now I think I need the Guardians to make a bold move. Like the Cavs and like the Browns. Make a bold move to really legitimize their position as a contender. They need to make a bold move either to get a pitcher or an established hitter. But they really need to make a bold move in the offseason. They definitely need to do that. And if they do that, expect nothing but good things from this team going forward. But anyway, I said I wouldn't keep y'all on for long because actually my show is going to be probably coming on Friday night, late Friday nights at midnight. Do something different. Everybody else had the day in the early evening. I want the night. Get my vampire on, basically. I definitely want the night. But anyway, shouts out to a few people. Shouts out to my fellas at the Hood Point, Sean C, E Rumble, G Host. Shouts out to my fellas at the Triad Committee, Nasty Nail, Romeo Rodriguez. Also, the Triad Committee will also be premiering next week, September 10th, sometime in the afternoon or early evening on Saturdays. Sometime in the afternoon or early evening. So be sure to look out for the Triad Committee coming very soon. And the Hood Point is back. Just got to work out a few details and everything. So, but we'll be back on regularly. And just look forward to seeing us a lot in the coming days, weeks, months, and in the future. Definitely. And I also like to say shout out to my man, Delvis Valentine, been holding it down on the Delvis Valentine show, and Chris Styles, DJ Chris Styles on there. And congratulations to DJ Chris Styles. He's making some moves. Also, I like to say shout out to my man, Kevin Hanley and Eli Robinson. They've been doing their thing for a minute. Shout out to my man, Larry Gardner. He's been doing his thing for a minute. And shout out to everybody that's putting content out and keeping everybody informed on what's going on. And shout out to my man, Garrett Bush. He doing his thing too with the Greater Cleveland Sports Show. Anyway, till next week, I'm going to be out. Matter of fact, stay tuned to me next Friday night because I'm going to give you my entire preview for the NFL season. Far as who's going to finish in first in the AFC East, West, North, South, NFC East, West, North, South, and see who I got going to the playoffs, eventually all the way to the Super Bowl. So, hey, y'all have a good holiday. Be safe. Be aware. Shout out to everybody. Shaw High School. Have a safe weekend. Have fun. Have a blast. Everybody this weekend on a holiday weekend. Have fun. Have a blast. I'm taking plates too. Also, definitely taking plates. Also, got some other things to let y'all know. If you feel like you want to feel charitable, donate to my Cash App at $KAllen529. Also, you can follow me on Instagram at KDahost, KDAHOST. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel at Keith Allen, aka KDahost, on YouTube. I need as many subscribers as I can get. And on Twitter, follow me at K529_Allen. I need as many followers, many subscribers as I can get. And if you feel you want to donate to the cause, feel free at my Cash App, $KAllen529. Well, anyway, y'all have a safe weekend, safe holiday. Till next weekend, I'll see you soon. Have a good day.